Hi there, welcome to my video tour of the new 2019 Ram 1500 Limited Crew Cab. This is a truck that's been out for about a year now and it's still wowing people left and right, including me. I've never really considered myself a truck guy, but these trucks, since they came out, have made me want to be a truck guy. There's nothing about them I don't like, and I want to share a few things with you about it. We're going to start under the hood. This particular one is equipped with the Hemi, the 5.7 liter, makes 395 horsepower, 410 foot-pounds of torque, and when the truck's properly equipped, will pull up to 12,750 pounds. Best V8 towing in its class. Now, with this being a limited, I purposely selected one with the Advanced Saftey Package. This has the 360-degree cameras. It has forward collision warning, adaptive cruise control, parallel and perpendicular park assist, which is going to be great in a truck of this size. It also has lane sense with lane departure warning plus, so when you are, God forbid, not paying attention to something on a curve in the road, it's going to help guide you. I'll give you a demonstration of that a little bit later on. Now, this does have specific lights, a specific grille to let you know that it is a limited. It has power deploying side steps, and you will never tire of those things. They come out at the right height, let you step up in and then retract again, so you get a nice clean appearance. Now we're going to go to the driver's seat and show you a few of the things. One of the first things you notice when you hop into your new Ram 1500 Limited, everything is within reach and easy to control. It's easy to read and easy to use. I could go on and on about the decoration, the feeling of the materials. Everything looks great. The leather in here smells fantastic. It is really a wonderful place to be if you're going to be road tripping in a truck. Let's talk about what you see here. I always like to talk about what meets your eyes first, and that's what's here on the front of the steering wheel. Your direction pad and OK button operate your screen right here. So you can go down through, you can look at vehicle information. There's a bunch of little hash marks across here, so you know that there's other data for you to look at, and you can scroll through all that. These are all pieces of information. Might be handy to you, especially if you're towing something, to know what those additional temperatures and pressures look like. Your parking brake now sets right here. It's electronic, so you just pull on it, sets the parking brake. To release it, you need to put your foot on the brake and then push in on it again. Part of this being a super nice truck, since it's a limited, it does have adjustable pedals. So when you put your seat and get it set where you want it, when you got your mirrors set where you want, when you got your pedals set where you want, you set the memory. So that way, you don't have to keep readjusting every time you get in the truck. Transmission shift knob. Yeah, now everybody says that that's hard to get used to, when actually it's one of the easiest things for them to get used to. Yeah, it usually takes maybe a few days to a week, and they're no longer used to reaching for a shifting lever. It's here because it saves space. It saves a lot of space, and it eliminates a lot of klutzy shifting up here. Your four-wheel drive selection is right here. You've got four-wheel drive auto, so it'll engage the front wheels when the back wheels slip. Right now it's in two-wheel drive, so the front wheels would never engage until you actually select something over here. Four-wheel drive high, and of course four-wheel drive low if you get off-road. This particular truck is also equipped with the e-locker, so you can lock the rear axle, so you know that power is being delivered to both those wheels back there, no matter if they're spinning or not. That way you're getting as much power to the ground as you can. And that may be crucial, especially if you are in a very traction challenge situation. Look at that, a CD player. You still get a CD player in these trucks. But in front of that, we're back to modern day technology. Phone is right here, and right behind it is a wireless charging pad. That little blue light just indicated that it knows the phone is capable of that. So it will charge the phone wirelessly. Now, if your phone is not capable, don't worry. Especially if you're using Android Auto or Apple CarPlay with it plugged into USB, it'll charge that way too. Over here, this is where you can change the vehicle's ride height. Now right now it's in normal ride height. You can actually lower it for when you go to get in and out. You can raise it if you need more ground clearance when you're driving off-road. You have two levels of off-road ride height. There's an aero mode, which the vehicle will go into when you get out on the highway. Drops the vehicle about ½ an inch, which does have enough of an increase in aerodynamics to be able to help you with your fuel economy. You can shut your traction control off here, turn on tow haul mode here, turn off your parking sensors if you need to here, That's all very easily operated, nicely labeled, clear buttons in here down the side. This is for your AC. If you're not on board with using a touchscreen for your AC controls, you can use the buttons here, you can use the buttons here. This 2019 Ram 1500 Limited is equipped with the 19-speaker Harman Kardon stereo. And for those of you audiophiles out there, you are going to find it amazing. It comes out with a big volume of sound, and it's not just a big volume of sound, it's a clean, big volume of sound. You do have a subwoofer in here, and it's in the back. You've got speakers overhead. Over here where you adjust your sound, of course you got your balance and fade, and you can actually drag it around with your finger if you want to move the sound around, or just do that, or use the arrows to move the sound a little bit and then center it. If you want to balance your sound, you pull up the equalizer, change that to your taste. Speed adjusted volume is so it'll turn up when you speed up and turn down when you slow down. And this has surround sound since it's got that many speakers, so we can turn that on. You have an auxiliary volume offset, so if you have something plugged into the auxiliary, if it's not making enough sound, you can boost it. If it's too loud, you can actually turn it down. You can also set up where when you plug in a device that will stream, that it will automatically play the music. Now that may not always be the case that you want. Sometimes you just want to plug in and charge, but you can do that here. That you get in the Advanced Saftey Package on the new Ram 1500. Now I know there's a spot up here that I'm going to pull into. So when we get up to it, it's actually going to measure the length or the size of the parking spot. But first thing we need to do is we need to turn the system on. Do that by hitting this button. Right now it's looking for a parallel spot on the right. Can you see that okay? What we need to do is switch to a perpendicular spot. So that means hit OK. Now we need to look for a spot on the left. We do that by hitting the left turn signal. So now we're going to move forward. And what it's doing is looking for a parking spot. One right there. Alright, keep moving forward, it says. Stop and remove hands from wheel. Now we put it in reverse. It's up to us to control the brakes, the throttle, and the transmission. And we need to keep an eye on our mirrors. You can see the surround view cameras are telling us where things are at, telling us where it told me to stop, so I need to put it back in drive because it needs a better angle at this. By the way, it'll go back and forth up to 6 times before it'll give up. Backup sensors are telling me I'm getting close to that truck. They just hit the brakes for me. Okay, we're going to move forward. Stop. Come back. We might need to go forward one more time here. Mirror looks good.
New text message from 76058.
Now you got to admit this is a pretty tight parking spot, and the perpendicular park assist system has nailed it. That's about as far as it wants me to go, right there. So there we are. We're in our spot, and it doesn't necessarily center you on the parking spot, it centers you between the two vehicles. So that was the perpendicular park assist. Our adaptive cruising, so it's maintaining a following distance between me and the person in front of me. The truck has now lowered itself into the aerodynamic ride height. So basically right now I'm using the cruise control of the person in front of me, as they have their speed set. And if they increase their speed or decrease their speed, I'll automatically change. If somebody pulls in front of us and slows down, I'll slow down. Now I'm going to let the truck drift off to the right a little bit right here and watch the steering wheel turn me back. Do it again. lane sense with lane departure warning plus. Again, it's not an autopilot. It's there to help keep you in your lane. And it will remind you if you're not steering to put your hands back on the wheel. We've all been driving when we were a little bit tired and got a little drowsy and started losing concentration. That's a nice tool to have to keep you safe while you're driving. See, I'm still, feet are completely off the pedals. Person in front of me pulled in and slowed down and speed adjusted, and now it's maintaining the following distance. I can close in the following distance if I want to follow more closely, but I think right here is good enough. They are clearly slowing down to pull off the exit up here. You can have the speed limit show up on your navigation screen. That's something you can turn on and off. And once your vehicle speed exceeds the speed limit, it'll turn the speed limit sign red. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room to do so. The speed limit on this road right here is 45. Maybe when we get free of this little section right here, I can go 46, and you'll see it change. Well, I'm at speed limit's 35. I'm now doing 40, so you can see it turned red. So in case you haven't seen it yet, this is Android Auto, and many of you have used Apple CarPlay. This is Android's version of connecting your phone and using your phone on the radio screen, so you don't have to handle your phone while you're driving. You even have total voice activation, as in all I have to do is say 2 words and my phone will pick it up and I can talk to it just like we're talking right now. So on Android Auto, this is where you select your navigation app. And right there is Google Maps. And you can see where the lines are green that shows traffic is flowing, and that's from everybody else out there using Google Maps. Hit the little settings button right here and you can actually turn on satellite view. So where's that going to come in handy? Well, maybe your address to find is in a shopping center. So you can zoom in on the shopping center and find that store, because it'll give you the little store names right through here in a shopping center. So maybe the address is out on the road, but you got to find the store in the shopping center. So you can do that with Google Maps. Another popular favorite is Waze. So you can navigate with Waze as well. And this is what Waze looks like when you're using Android Auto. Your music apps are over here under the headphones, and if you have more than one music app, you just hit the button and it'll list all the other music apps. You know, if you have Spotify, iHeartRadio, if there are any podcasts you listen to, they'll show up here, and then you just select what you want to listen to and it pulls it up down here on the screen. For making phone calls, this is going to show you recent phone calls and that kind of thing. So you can make phone calls from there if you want. This will go back to your Uconnect screen. So you can come back to your factory nav. You can come back to your media. You can come back to anything on your factory screen just by hitting that. If you want to go back to Android Auto or CarPlay, if you're using that, it's going to be right here. Now, when your phone is not plugged in by USB, of course, you have your normal Bluetooth functionality. So you'll be able to stream your music. You'll be able to make your phone calls. With your iPhones, you'll still be able to do most anything that Siri can do. And that's just over Bluetooth. So this is what Android Auto looks like here on your new Ram 1500 with the 12-inch screen. Here we are in the back of the new 2019 Ram 1500 Limited, and there's a lot going on back here too that I know you didn't see when you're looking up at the front seat. So here we are. Now the backseat passengers that sit here and over here get to enjoy heated seats. They get to enjoy ventilated seats. They get to enjoy reclining seats for all three, and I'll show you that. This is the normal seating position, and underneath there's just a little handle you pull, and then you slide the seat forward, and you can recline. Now, I set this seat where it was comfortable for me, and for those of you keeping track, when I'm wearing shoes, I'm 6 feet tall, so you can see how much room I've got. Another big improvement in here is the fact that the floor is flat, so the person sitting in the middle doesn't have to have their knees up in their chin. Speaking of in the middle here, you've got a center console, so So you got places to store things. You've got cup holders here, just in the name of having more comfort here in the back seat and without having to go to a monstrous truck. This is the dual pane panoramic sunroof. And it is available on any trim level from the Laramie up. So how about that? Somebody sitting in the back doesn't feel like they're in a tomb. They actually get to enjoy a view of the sky. Incredible to see that in the truck now. And we'll close it up. Another thing they've been able to pull off is this is totally opaque. It doesn't let any sunlight through. Sometimes you'll see them that let sunlight through, this one doesn't. Anytime you're taking road trips with the family and you have food items or beverages, you don't want them wandering around inside the truck, these bins are a great place to put things. If you want to put ice in there, you can. Yes, the ice will melt. You just pour the water out, put more ice in, but it'll keep things cool, keep things stored, keep things out of view. Now, getting your groceries in and out is going to be easy. You don't have to lift as far, especially if you have it sitting in the entry and exit ride height. And you got storage up underneath the seat. If you need to expand this storage, you just pop this loose, tumble that forward, and you've got storage up underneath the seat. And that right there will keep it from sliding forward. And then just put your seats back down. People buy trucks so they can carry stuff, and loading and unloading things out of the bed, not always the easiest. Well, there's a couple things on this truck that are going to make it a little bit easier. First is the 4-corner air suspension, which you can activate from your key fob. You double tap this guy. You'll get the 2 flashes or 2 beeps if you have it set up to do that, and the truck will go from whatever ride height it's in and nestle down into entry and exit ride height. It's doing that right now. You may be able to hear it. It's actually a sealed system, so the air never changes. It's dry, clean air that moves from one tank to another to be able to lower the truck. Once the entry exit ride height level is achieved, let's say you're carrying a big heavy bucket of something and you're on the move to the truck and you don't want to have to stop to throw it in the tailgate, you just hit this button right here to drop the tailgate. Nothing to it. As standard equipment on the new Ram 1500 Limited, comes with a sprayed-in bed liner, so you don't have to worry about spending the extra money to get that done. It's already there to protect your bed, and you're good to go. As you might have noticed, Ram has departed from what used to be a big signature was the crosshair grille. That is gone now. Now you have this bold new, sleek new look that really epitomizes a modern truck. This one has the Advanced Saftey Package, so you've got a forward-facing camera right here. In here you've got active grille shutters to close off the grille when it doesn't need extra cooling and get you a little bit extra fuel economy because it makes the truck more aerodynamic. With this also having that Advanced Saftey Package, it comes with parallel and perpendicular park assist, so you have 6 front parking sensors, side, front, 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 and side. You also have new LED fog lights. Just a beautiful looking truck. And there's no mistaking it out on the road. 2019 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Limited. Backed by a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. Your powertrain's covered for 5 years or 60,000, and who knows how many miles you're going to be smiling driving one of these trucks. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And if you need to reach me, my name is Tyler. I work here at Troncalli, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Cumming, Georgia. My cell phone number is 470-296-1778. Hope to hear from you soon.